Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to two of my favourite people. We've got Matthew, we've got Wendy. How are you guys?
We're okay. We're a little bit tired and shell-shocked. It's been a bit of a week.
I know. And do you know, I'm tired of today. And I was yesterday. We only did one yesterday. We've got two today. What's going on?
2 tomorrow, because we've got a tech run. 2 on Saturday.
Are you too old
Happy
for this,
Sunday.
Matthew? Are you okay?
Look, I've been too on for years. How long is this going to go on for?
I'll speak to your agent if you want. We must stop people booking you.
You look very glamorous.
I've put my plan ready for the show. I put some makeup on. Because I haven't got time.
You did that especially for Alex.
Yeah, of course I did. I haven't got time. I like to take my time. I'm getting old and I can't get ready in half an hour now.
It
takes me longer.
Yes.
Do you know what I love about you two? You are both in equal measure pros, and you've done it so long, it's effortless to you. And I know there's stress of getting the show on the road, but you're very good. Congratulations.
I was very
kind.
Old pros.
Old pros.
Should have seen us on the tube this morning. I was getting a head nod.
I nearly ended up in Wendi,
my tube journey home this morning was better than my one last night. Some bloke accosted me on the tube last night. Not in that respect, but he was telling me, he thrust his phone in front with the video and said, "Look, I've been to see Bonnie Tyler. Isn't she fabulous?" And made me watch this video of Bonnie Tyler at the Palladium, and then proceeded to tell me that he was from Pretoria but living in Aylesbury. He'd split up with his husband of 19 years, and I won't tell you what his Rottweiler was going to do when he got home.
No, really?
Yeah, and I went, it's time for me to get off now. Night.
Do you know the problem with the general public? It's the general public, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't have a clue who I was, which was lovely. He just cornered me. And then he said, "What do you do?" So stupidly I told him the truth.
No.
And he said, "Oh, I've never seen the I know what's wrong with me." I was like, "I don't have gin and tonic." On the train. Yeah. And he said, "Oh no, I've never seen the film of Big." He said, "But I saw Bat Out of Hell at the Dominion 9 times. I mean, that's lovely.
9 times. Do you know there's 2 girls sit on the front row for nearly every show?
Do they?
How do they afford it?
I've no idea.
I think it's an obsession with you. I've got a feeling it's to do with you, Matthew, and they just want to see you from every angle. That's what it is.
That's what I think.
They want to see who you're going to be tonight, don't they?
Nothing to do with Jay or Kimberly or anything like that.
And only ever me, you know, when you give the one performance, it covers everything. You know, then they know what they're getting. Ugly Sisters.
I know. I had a thing that I was going to do every night, and I haven't done it yet. I was going to do a knock on his door at the half every night and go, "Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be."
But do you know what she does do every day? Is she makes me a cup of tea every interval. I know. I find
and
it
I get little notes, and he hasn't seen this, but I'm keeping all the little notes on there. They're going to go in my scrapbook.
One of them's got off as the second word. What's the first word? I can't quite read it.
I don't know.
Nobody's ever done that for me before.
Congratulations on this show. I mean, the one thing about it is you're both perfectly cast, because we need legends and we need people who, when you walk out, the audience go, "Oh, thank God it's going to be okay." And that's what this cast offers, doesn't it? Security blanket of, oh, it's a quality cast.
I think so now. Now we're settled in a bit.
Well, you're the mother of the company. I'm the grandfather of the company.
Yeah.
But Jay and Kimberly are fantastic.
Oh my gosh, they've got so much energy.
I know,
it's frightening.
It's been one of my favourite things we've been working on this show, is watching them work together, because they have a real relationship and they're really funny together.
They're funny and they're really committed as well, aren't they? I mean, that's the thing about the whole of this company. We want it to be as good as it can possibly be, and the energy on stage is phenomenal.
Yeah, and the commitment, and the ensemble as well. They're great. And my mates came to see it on Tuesday and said, "Wow, we knew that Kimberly could sing, but had no idea she could act like that." She is spot on, you know.
Yeah. I just said to her, the great thing about this casting is they've been hired because they're good, not just because they're famous. And there's a lot of that goes on now. We don't need to go very far into the West End to see where people have just got a YouTube channel, so they're given the leading role. It can't be about that in a show like this, because it's just too clever and complicated, isn't it?
To be honest with you, I don't mind how people get famous.
You know what? I don't mind about that, as long as they can do the job.
Yeah. But
that's the important thing.
But you see, I think they'll get found out anyway. I think you need people to get to sell the tickets. That's what you need. But if they can't do the job, then they won't get another one.
Well, the thing is, there's no longevity in their career, is there, if they can't provide a.
And I've worked with some smashing people who came from all kinds of reality stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it, would you?
No.
Reality.
We spent years training, didn't we? We're still
It's not about that. No, I'm here to sell my work, not my life.
So I can't send you to a kangaroo's testicle in November down under.
Can you imagine?
Absolutely not. No, I said no.
I wouldn't do it. I've said no.
I can't. No, it's not so much the eating the nasty things. It's that sitting in a group with nothing to do. And people talking absolute rubbish all day. I'd be vile. I'd be absolutely vile.
My true colours would come out.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, it wouldn't be true, you see, because you're prey to an editor's golden
Absolutely. I've been there, done that one.
Yeah. So you
I did
might
a singing one that was there.
98% of the time you could be lovely, lovely, lovely. 2% of the time you could, get the ump.
And that's what they'll show.
That's what they'll show, yes.
So no to the jungle.
No,
And equally,
no.
if you turned it on 24/7, they just find you annoying and you get kicked out anyway. So you can't really win, can you?
That would be a night, especially if you're against biggins, because biggins are just winning.
Well, that's right.
Everything, wasn't he? He was here the other night, wasn't he, I think?
He was here the other night, yeah.
He's everywhere, every night.
He was out there pollinating every table. I love
Sprinkling a
it.
bit of showbiz dust. Let's talk about you two in this show and your parts. I mean, there's a couple of bits you get to shine individually. We'll get to your bit in a moment. How are you, ladies, by the way?
Oh, look, there is a reason I've not been on Strictly, Honestly, it hurts to do that. It took me 6 months to learn the chopsticks.
We'll get to that next. Act 2 opens with your magical moment with the birthday cake and all of that stuff. I mean, it's lovely that everybody is given a moment to shine in this.
I think so, yeah. I mean, I had 2 beautiful songs and 2 lovely little bits to do. The problem with Mrs. Baskin is, of course, when he gets big, she's out of the picture.
Right.
So I have the first sort of 20 minutes where we have little Josh before he gets big, and then, of course, I discovered Big Josh, not knowing that it's Big Josh. I think there's some stranger in my house. But then she comes back in Act 2 when he's been missing. He's been away for 4 weeks, and it's his birthday on that day, and she's gone and bought a birthday cake just in case he should come home. And I get the most beautiful Maltby and Shire ballad called Stop Time. And the joy for me is it's not normally the kind of song that people would expect me to sing, because I usually do that big Ethel Merman Broadway belt, which I get to do in Act 1, which is lovely. But to actually stand on stage on my own with quite an emotional song and a ballad is just a real joy for me. It's something that I never thought I'd be given the opportunity to do, so I'm thrilled.
And kudos to the orchestra too. I mean, to give you this size, this scale of
17-piece band. I mean, that is really unheard of in the West End.
It's unusual in the West End.
Yeah.
On any show.
And I'm not on stage that amount a lot of time, but to sit in my dressing room here and listen to that score every night over that tannoy is just phenomenal.
It's joyful, isn't it?
And then, of course, there's the moment we're all waiting for, which is where you just steal the house with this beautiful number, with this sort of 100-foot piano. Are you okay? I'm taking you to a bad place, Matthew. Calm down. You've got another hour
The
here.
thing is, actually, Wendy and I have never worked together before, and we don't even work together on this show either.
No, we never even see each
As Wendy's
other.
coming off, I'm going on.
Yeah.
And what's great about my part is that I don't have to drive the show. That belongs
That's the
to
2 of them.
Yeah.
And Jay.
Jay.
But the piano bit, I mean, nothing but commitment from this man. Every morning at 9:45 before rehearsal started at 10, him and Jay were in there doing that piano routine. It just has to be in like that, doesn't it?
I know, and even then I'm struggling.
It's muscle memory. No, you're not. Oh my God, it's amazing. I mean, the piano, you've seen it, is the size of the front of the stage. It lights up and it actually works. So
Yeah, it
if
does.
you don't jump on the right notes,
I honestly
you don't
thought
get the
I was
right
going to wing
tune.
it. Because, I thought, well, if I just wave my legs in the general direction, somebody else would do it,
No.
But no, they light up the keys that I'm on,
I mean,
and they play the keys.
It is quite dangerous having it playing, really, isn't it? Just in case. I'm waiting for it one night thinking, I don't recognise that.
I know the trick is, if you do it wrong, because sometimes, well, right at the beginning, every time I looked to the keys when they lit up,
There's no numbers on them or anything?
nothing. And I did have markings in the rehearsal room, but every time I looked at it and all the keys looked the same. And they were, I just...
Are they white or black?
There are some white ones and there are some black ones. Yes, I get the hang of it now. You think you can fool me, John?
It must be lovely as well having 2 lead stars in the show. I've got nothing but respect for both of you, because that's nice too, that there is a sort of understanding in theatre that you've got to respect your principal cast, and to have mutual respect must be beautiful. They love you and you admire their tenacity and ability to just pull this off 8 times a week.
Well, I'm glad they like us.
I have a thing about the spirit of a show. I just have a thing, and the spirit of a show comes over the footlights. and that's what I love about this show.
It's about company, isn't it? I love doing shows. I love doing big musicals and everything, but I love doing what I call company shows, where everybody is in it together. There's nobody with any bigger parts or anything else, and and there's a company bow, and everybody just pulls together to make a show. And it's a real team. It is a real team.
Is it still strange when you go on stage and you've got a little 8-year-old boy there, and the next minute he's a pop star from the Wanted? It must be a little bit strange when you've got this sort of hunk walking out, and you go, "Oh, he's in my front room."
I know. Well, the thing is, I go upstairs, and think, how the heck does he fit in that closet? Because the closet in his bedroom is tiny.
I looked at that yesterday.
How does he fit in there?
Because he can't go out the back because the stairs up the back.
And of course, when he comes out of the closet in his very, very skimpy tight pyjamas that have shrunk because he's got big, and his underpants, I don't get to see that because I'm downstairs in the kitchen.
You see, there's something for the whole family.
I mean, people have been coming out of the closet in theatres for years, but in this you get a whole new meaning.
It's a bit specialist.
I'm going to let you get ready for the show. Thank you so much for your time. I love you both so much, and the audience do too. The warmth that you feel when you walk out for different reasons. I mean, when you've done telly, it does give you that, and you've been doing it so long, people just are excited to see you. Congratulations. It's at least 5 or 10 years now.
Of course.
Do you know how many have you done? 52 years, mate.
Of you.
Yeah.
I'm about 33 now. Years.
You're catching up.
I'm
nearly there.
Yes.
And we love you very much. You both look fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.